"Lord, please reveal to me the purpose of human life," the man asked. Buddha, with a smile, handed him a radiant stone and gave him the following instruction. First, go and discover the value of this stone. Visit various stalls in the market and say that you wish to trade the stone, but under no circumstances should you sell it. Confused by Buddha's response, the man took the stone and headed to the market. He began his quest by visiting an orange vendor, inquiring about the value of the stone. The vendor picked it up, examined it, and suggested, "I will trade a dozen oranges for this stone." Retrieving the stone, the man went to a vegetable vendor, asking the same question. The second vendor, upon evaluating the stone, offered, "I will give you a bag of potatoes in exchange for this brilliant stone." Unsatisfied with the offers, the man continued his search. Finally, he arrived at a goldsmith's shop and showed him the stone. The goldsmith, impressed by its brilliance, exclaimed, "I will buy this stone for 1 lakh gold coins." Surprised by the offer, the man declined. The persistent goldsmith increased the proposal to 5 lakh gold coins, but the man remembered his master's instruction not to sell it. Determined, the man sought out a diamond merchant and displayed the stone before him. As the merchant admired the stone's dazzling beauty, he was incredulous, his eyes fixed on the gem. With great respect, the merchant spread a red velvet carpet on the floor and placed the stone on it, bowing in reverence. Intrigued, the merchant inquired about the origin of the precious stone, completely awed by its magnificence. The man then declared, "Even if we were to sell the entire world, we would not be able to calculate the value of this ruby. Its preciousness is so immeasurable that it cannot be quantified." He was puzzled by the various responses he had received from different people and, as a result, he went directly to Lord Buddha. He shared his experience with Buddha and asked the following question, "Lord, please now reveal to me what is the meaning of human life?" Buddha smiled and replied, "Well, my friend, the orange vendor assessed the stone as worth the equivalent of 12 oranges, the vegetable vendor estimated it as worth a sack of potatoes, the goldsmith appreciated it at 5 lakh gold coins, and finally, the diamond merchant stated that this stone is priceless." The same principle applies to human life. Indeed, you are a precious gem, but the people around you will evaluate you based on your position, knowledge, and abilities. Do not worry, for one day the world will also recognize and discover your true value. If we examine our own lives, we will realize that people often underestimate the value of their own existence, which leads them to accept less than they deserve. The value of your life depends on how you present it. People will recognize your value to the extent that you value yourself. If you belittle your own worth, you will receive less from this world, but if you consider yourself worthy, you will receive more. Most people allow others to determine their worth, but those who truly understand their own value refuse to heed external opinions. They refuse to be defined by others because they understand that their worth is established by themselves, not by others' assessments of their worthiness. Therefore, do not grant others the power to dictate your price and define your own value. The man wandered along dusty roads, keeping the radiant stone tucked away in a small pouch. His heart brimmed with gratitude for Buddha's wise words, but he still longed for a deeper understanding of the true purpose of human life. As he roamed through villages and towns, he became known as the bearer of the precious stone and attracted the attention of many curious onlookers. On a particular morning, he arrived in a bustling town where a colorful fair was in full swing. Stalls filled with goods and lively people crowded the central square. The man sat under the shade of a tree, contemplating the stone, immersed in deep thoughts. A young woman with dark hair and sparkling eyes approached, intrigued by the stone he held. With a smile, she asked, "What are you holding there?" The man looked at her and sensed the sincerity in her eyes. He chose to share his story and the lesson he had learned from Buddha. As she listened, the young woman became increasingly captivated. She shared with him her own struggles and internal conflicts, her relentless quest for meaning and purpose. The man smiled with understanding and suggested, "Perhaps, the journey of the radiant stone can continue with you. Take it with you for a while, and when you feel you've unraveled its value, pass it on to someone else." The young woman accepted the stone with gratitude and departed, determined to uncover the meaning of life she sought for herself. In the days that followed, she encountered people from various parts of the city, sharing the story of the stone and her quest for life's purpose. People were touched by the message and began to reflect on their own journeys. As the stone was passed from one to another, a web of connections formed, linking individuals on a collective journey of self-exploration and spiritual development. The stone, now referred to as the Stone of Metamorphosis, had become an inspiring emblem resonating throughout the city. As time passed, the fame of the Stone of Metamorphosis transcended the city's boundaries. People from neighboring villages traveled to hear the narrative and touch the stone, seeking their own understanding of the meaning of life. Meetings and symposiums were organized, resulting in deep discussions and moments of self-reflection. On a starry night, an eclectic group of individuals gathered to deliberate on the journey of the Stone of Metamorphosis. They shared their personal development experiences, triumphs over challenges, and how the stone's message had impacted their lives. Among them was the man who had initially received the stone from Buddha. He observed the group closely and witnessed how the message had blossomed, sparking a movement toward introspection and spiritual awakening. He stood up and declared, "Our lives are like this stone. Sometimes, we radiate intensity, while at other times, we may appear ordinary. However, regardless of that, we all carry an inherent value that cannot be quantified by mere appearances." The man's words resonated in the night, touching the hearts of those present. The entire city, now united by a shared purpose, continued to spread the message of the Stone of Metamorphosis. It became a tourist attraction, not due to its physical appearance, but because of its profound inspirational power emanating from its story. As time passed, the city evolved into a spiritual haven, a place where people came not only to see the stone but to connect with themselves and others. The inhabitants embraced the belief that each individual carried a unique value, and that true wealth lay in the inner journey of self-discovery. The narrative of the Stone of Metamorphosis continued to be passed down from one generation to the next, perpetuating a timeless message of authenticity, compassion, and the quest for the true purpose of human life. As people gathered under the starry skies of that city, they remembered that the inner journey held equal value to any material treasure, and that, like the stone, each individual possessed a unique and priceless brilliance. The way you perceive and value yourself plays a crucial role in how others see and treat you. If you don't recognize your own worth, how can you expect others to? Cultivate healthy self-esteem by acknowledging your qualities, abilities, and potential. Remember that you are a unique jewel of incalculable value. Just as in the story of the precious stone, people may have different interpretations of your worth, but what truly matters is how you see yourself. Believing in yourself, developing your self-confidence and self-esteem is crucial. When you recognize your own worth, it is reflected in your posture, actions, and even the opportunities that come your way in life. Live with more wisdom and purpose. Discover the secrets of Buddhist monks in the ebook The Wealth Through the Eyes of Buddhist Monks. Click on the pinned comment and start your journey of transformation.